What's up, everyone? This is Evan with Crypto Cash Camp. This is where we talk about everything to do with DeFi, passive income opportunities in the DeFi space. And the goal of this video is to help the next giant group of people on board into DeFi and to understand the ins and outs of it and how to get set up. So we go into setting up a wallet and all the details you get to know. You can see in this giant mind map, there is a little bit to know before you're even getting your feet wet. But it's all important, and we'll jump into it. So make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notifications bell, because all the new crypto opportunities that I see, I release as soon as I find them. So you gotta be up to date with this because it goes obsolete quick. All right, so let's jump into this. This is the ultimate guide. And if you haven't seen part one, please see it about what is DeFi, and I break down some of the protocols. This is part two, and part two is about getting all set up, getting a wallet, getting a MetaMask, so you can now engage and interact with these different protocols and start making passive income. So let's first get into this. I think the first step of all this is to get a centralized wallet. And a centralized wallet is like a Coinbase, KuCoin, Binance.com, Gate.io, all these big names. But the big thing is you want to be able to connect your bank account so you can get money on there and then send it out to your decentralized wallet. That's kind of the whole objective of this video, is to go from Coinbase over to MetaMask, the decentralized wallet. So in this video, there's a few steps, but we will show you how to do it. Also, side note, Robinhood, Webull, and the other major stock exchanges, those are not on-ramps because you do not own your crypto there. You do not hold the keys. You can't even send the crypto out to a wallet. So that's something I want to make you aware, that if you buy a bunch of crypto on Robinhood or Webull, you can't send it out. You will maybe in the future with Robinhood, but that's still to be determined. All right, so the next big step is to set up a MetaMask. So MetaMask is this little handy browser extension right here. And what it allows you to do is to engage in Web 3.0. So Web 3.0 is more or less DeFi, and it allows you to interact with these different protocols without needing to have a social security number, a driver's license, all these things. There's none of that KYC with these MetaMask's decentralized wallets. So since I already have a MetaMask, I'm going to just start a fresh new one. So you just go to Google MetaMask, and see what shows up. The first one will be metamask.io. Remember, when you're doing anything in crypto, it's very important that you double, triple check to make sure the spelling is correct. So there's a lot of scam sites that pay for Google ads. Click on them, they look like the real one, but if you connect your wallet, they can drain your funds, so you don't want to do that. So Chrome, MetaMask, well, let's look at that. Well, we want to download the Chrome extension. It also works for Brave, Firefox. We're going to just do Chrome in this example. Just click Add to Chrome, Add Extension. Remember, there's this little puzzle piece that pops up that you got to enable so it actually pops up in the top corner of Chrome at least. All right, there you go. So we're going to click on that, click Pin, and then let's just go through the MetaMask process. And if maybe you have set up a MetaMask, I would skip forward because there is some really important steps that you may not know about getting involved in terms of getting gas, ways to operate in different protocols. So let's jump into it. Okay, this is MetaMask. You're on the extension, press Get Started. All right, no, I already have a seed coverage phrase. Well, you're probably not. Here, you're probably needing a new recovery phrase and a new wallet. So you're going to create a wallet, click on the right. You know, this is always important. They do not, steal your data. They don't take your IP address. They're not selling your. Okay, this is very interesting. So they're a little bit anonymous, which is nice. People like that in crypto. So you create a password. So this is not your password. Remember, your password is separate from your seed phrase. Your seed phrase is the 12 words that you can go to any computer, get a MetaMask extension, and then connect those 12 words and restore your funds. This password is just for this computer or this time you've installed Chrome. Every time you reinstall, you create a new password, just a way to easily access without typing out those 12 word phrase, Buster. All right, we're going to just make a dummy account right now. And this is a great video to watch. Talks all about being able to safely secure your seed phrase. You can watch it. We're not going to go through it right here. This is just a wallet I'm going to completely forget about, so don't worry about that. So yeah, there will be 0 funds in this wallet, but here is what you do. You click to reveal. So this is your 12-word phrase. This is everything. Do not save this. Do not take screenshots of it. Do not, obviously save it, but do not put it in a notepad. Don't save it as a Word. Don't save it as a Google Drive file. You don't want this thing digital. You want it written down in a couple places, maybe even with a technologically illiterate parent or something, just in case you lose a house burns down, you have a separate copy outside of the primary place you are. Things happen. So, I'm going to copy and just show you how I am going to do this. All right, so now we're just going to click next and then go through the process. Brother Winsky, Cornelius Ventures. And we'll go through the process. I'm going to just pause this. So I just clicked on the words in order. This shows that you've actually written it down or memorized it. Remember, do not save it digitally. Save it physically in a really safe location. Remember, if your computer gets white, you will not be able to access your MetaMask with just that short little password. So always save this. All right, we're going to go ahead and confirm that. Congratulations, you now have a MetaMask. Awesome. All right, so we get past here. So what comes on MetaMask is these are all the different chains you can add to MetaMask. And right now, it just comes with Ethereum and no money. So let's get the rest of this set up. All right, so the next part in this is giving you an intro to DeFi Llama and actually telling you that the MetaMask is just for EVM compatible networks or chains. And what that means, EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine, so pretty much anything that was built on the Ethereum network can easily be forked or copied to any of these other chains. And some of those chains include Binance Chain, Avalanche, Matic Polygon, Phantom, Harmony One, Cronos Chain, and that's the one from crypto.com. So what we do is DeFi Llama. This is a great aggregator of all the different chains, the amount of money that's in each chain, and a lot of the stuff going on in DeFi. So we click on chains, and I'm just going to quickly go through. We see Ethereum slowly losing market share as more and more chains come on. That's what this graph shows. But let's look at Ethereum. That's EVM, not EVM. Terra isn't. Binance is, Avalanche is, Solana isn't. Phantom is, Polygon is, Tron is, Cronos is, Arbitrum is, Osmosis no, Waves I'm not sure, Harmony is. So as you see, some are and some aren't. So it's really nice that EVM, the MetaMask, works with a ton of different chains, which makes it more or less the most easy to use to go from chain to chain. So anyways, that's a big overview on that. So now, if we go over to our MetaMask, we need to add some of these chains I just brought up. The Ethereum, Binance, Avalanche. How do you add those so you can use them? Here's the trick. You go to chainlist.org. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll zoom in there. Chainlist.org. Super helpful site. And what you do is you just type in, for example, Phantom. Don't ever add the testnet. It doesn't really do much for you. So you connect, and that's all you do. And then we go back up to MetaMask, and you're going to notice, click on this. That didn't work. All right, let's try this again. Phantom Opera. Click there, approve, switch network, and then there it should have added. Okay, there's Phantom. Awesome. Well, let's go to Matic, Polygon. Okay, add to MetaMask. Approve, switch network. All right, let's check if that one landed in there. Yep, it's there, so you'll see it. You can even see the logo sometimes. So that is how you add the different chains. And make sure you keep on doing it to add to all the different chains that are available, at least the main ones that are usable. And these are pretty much the top ones right here. And you can see again by going here or just search top EVM chains. All right, so now let's go back to our guide. And we've added the different chains. And just to let you know, this amazing thing about MetaMask is in a wallet, you're like, okay, each different chain, whether that's Ethereum, Binance, Avalanche, should have a different address, right? Well, the answer is absolutely not. The convenient thing about EVM is there's just this one little wallet address, and no matter what coin you send to it within the EVM network will get sent to that individual chain. So we'll just paste it right here. It's always 0x, so know 0x is EVM. And also know that when you get sent a coin, even if I send some obscure coin to Polygon, I will not see it show up here. That is something that does annoy people. So say I want to send USDC on Matic, which is a stable coin, and I send it like, where is my money? I lost it. You freak out. Don't freak out now, because you know this. Go to CoinMarketCap. All right, we're going there. And then we're going to go check out USDC. So we just search for that. So we go USDC, get into it. And one of the super convenient things is right here. We go down and we're going to look for Polygon. You can conveniently press this and it'll automatically add it, but theoretically, let's say it didn't have it. Well, we'll do it with it. So we press that, adds USDC. Easy as that. We're going to go check if it's there. Okay, perfect. But if we want to add it on Avalanche, well, we would actually need to do it manually. So I'm going to copy that. So to add it, we would just make sure to drop this drop down to Avalanche, click on it, go down to this bottom part which says import tokens, click on that, Control V, paste it in, it auto loads the number of decimals and the name, add, go back and you can check it. Now you have that coin in your wallet. So it's that easy. So don't get worried if you send it and it doesn't show up. So I did mention in the beginning that you need to have a exchange where you can connect your bank account. We call this like a fiat on-ramp, a way to on-ramp your cash in your bank account to crypto. I did mention a few places like Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com. KuCoin I would not recommend for on-ramp because there's a fee and it's a Chinese company. I do really like KuCoin for sending money to it and making swaps and exchanges, but let's just theoretically assume that you have Coinbase, because most people do. If you have Coinbase regular, looks kind of like this. It has super high fees, 1.5%, which is just absolutely unheard of. Way too much. Coinbase Pro at 0.5% I feel is too much, but I think it's one of the best options if that's your only on-ramp right now. So let's jump into. So if you already have a Coinbase account, I think you just type pro.coinbase.com, you click a couple of OKs, and then you get access to this. It looks crazy, I know, but all you have to do is, it's actually quite simple. You just need to buy some Avalanche. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this little trade. Oh, you can't see it. All right. Click on this little trade button in the corner right up here. Zoom into it. And what you do is you just click on that. And we're going to buy Avalanche. And the reason why we're buying Avalanche is because you can send it over and it is not on the Ethereum network. Remember, most of these coins, I know this is complicated, are ERC20 based, meaning they're all sent over on Ethereum. And different coins have different gas prices, but Ethereum is incredibly expensive. Meaning if you just were to send a coin, it would be between $20 and $30, $40, $50. If you wanted to, actually stake a coin, it could be over 100. It's just really not worth it. So a lot of people buy things, try to send it to the MetaMask, ends on Ethereum, and I get a lot of comments from people trying to get it out, and it costs a lot. So let's just avoid that and buy some Avalanche. So what we're going to do, we see Avalanche USD, we just type AVAX, you buy a little, buy $10 worth, you might need to buy, $15 worth, place a buy order. I think you need to send out at least $20, and all of a sudden you have it. So we did a market order, so it executes immediately. Go back to portfolio, down to Avalanche, withdraw. grab that little bit of Avalanche and you say crypto address. So remember that you do have your address is right here. So what we want to do is actually click on that, and you don't have to switch to a different network. It's just nice to see how much gas you already have on a certain network and go, okay, I could use a little bit more gas here. So we go to max. We'll first have to copy it. Remember, click that little button, you just copied it. You can paste it into URL in C, but also you can paste it right here and use this address, and then max that out and send it over. There is a little bit of a network fee, and if you'll see that, let's just say it's at about 100, the network fee is only $1, so it's really not that bad. So in this case, we will withdraw that, and usually you have to do authentication. So you click OK, and then I always recommend starting with just a small amount. And you can always, I think, add a familiar address in address book. So you don't have to test every time. You know, like that's your solid MetaMask address. You've sent a test of like $10, $15. You know it works. So that way when you send a bunch more, you're not getting worried, is it going to land in the ether and you're going to lose it. So you wait a little bit, and then it eventually comes. You can always see the progress of the transaction too. So you can see the progress by clicking on Avalanche, clicking withdraw, and going Avalanche, and then you're good from there, because then you can go see that it sends quick and it just lands in your wallet. So that is a great start right there. All right, so in summary, we have a chain. We have a centralized exchange. We've sent some AVAX over because there's no fee to send it over to your MetaMask. We have already added the actual chain, so we see the AVAX show up in our wallets. Now, we want to go to all these different wallets, all these different chains. There's this Phantom, Binance, and we need a little gas to transact in these different chains. So how in the world do we do it? Well, there's this thing called Elk Finance, which could be our amazing magical solution. So we go to elk.finance, and this is also where we get to show you how to use this MetaMask wallet for the first time. It'll be exciting. So we enter the app by clicking on the button. Usually you enter a landing page in these protocols, and then you have to enter with a button. And you see that your wallet is connected. And what we see is that we can buy Elk Finance. And remember, since we're on the Avalanche chain, we're in the swap. So most of these DEXs or decentralized exchanges have a swap feature. It looks more or less like this. From to, so remember in our wallet we do have some Avalanche, so we want to switch it and go from Avalanche over to Elk. And the reason why we want to buy Elk is because you can transfer it across chain, meaning to Phantom, to Binance, to Polygon, and get a little bit of gas, so you're able to transact and work on these other chains. Amazing tool just to start blasting all these different chains with a little bit of gas, because without gas you're frozen, you're stuck. All right, so what we want to buy, if we're doing it for one chain, is just over 1.05. Elk, just a little bit over. I think I've tried it with one Elk and it didn't work. But yeah, so we go from Avalanche over to, so we have enough with gas. Remember, never do this button, because as soon as you do that, you're not going to have any money for gas left over. And as soon as you don't have any money for gas, you're kind of stuck on a chain and you got to problem solve your way out of it, which isn't always fun. We don't want to do that. What I told you not to do in 0.05. So we're going to click swap, confirm swap. We always look at price impact down here in the corner, because if the price impact's high, you're literally losing money on the transaction. But if it's less than 1%, it's pretty good. So we click confirm. There should be 2 times your MetaMask pops up. This shows you the gas fee in, say that Avalanche is at 100, that means the gas fee would be a little bit less than 40 cents. So we're going to confirm that. Let that go through. What's great about this swap is just by clicking this button, you add the Elk Swap coin to your actual MetaMask, so it's way easier. Otherwise, you'd go through the way I told you by going to Coinbase or Coin Market Cap, searching for ELK. So let's look at our wallet, see if the coins have landed. Run the avalanche, and then we see that ELK is still waiting to arrive. View on Explorer. You can click here to see if it says success. All right, not everything works perfect in DeFi, but we'll wait again to see if the coin has landed. And it looks like it's there, 1.05. Awesome. So this is where it gets fun. This is the value of elk.finance. Click ELKnet. All right, and I want to switch to a notoriously difficult place to get gas token, and that is Phantom Chain. So we go down to Phantom, make sure to click swap 1 ELK for gas. I'm going to just zoom in on this so we see it. 1 ELK for gas, super important, because we don't really care about the ELK. We don't want the ELK. We want to turn that 1 ELK into gas. All right, and then we're going to just max that out. So remember, if anything wonky happens in DeFi, refresh. A lot of these things get a little glitchy, a little buggy, but just to let you know, the other chains, that there are so many different chains that are all EVM compatible. Polygon, Hube, Harmony, Fuse, Kronos. It's amazing. This is how you get gas for all these chains. So we're going to click transfer. And when you're bridging, it might be a little bit more gas, so that's about 70 cents. So we're going to click confirm. And after you click confirm, click transfer. So what I realized is you click it twice sometimes. So you only need to click it once. It won't blur out. So I won't click it twice like I was about to do, because then you double stack your transactions and things don't work. But we're seeing that, oh no, the ELK is gone. But let's open our Phantom chain we've added. Go down here, Phantom, at the bottom, and it has arrived. So we're seeing that we just added a little bit more Phantom. We also have that little bit of ELK that came in. I had some ELK earlier. So that's how you get gas for all these different networks. Okay, the final thing is if you sent all the money in Avalanche and you want to get onto Phantom or you want to get onto Binance and you're wondering how to do it, there's a thing called bridging. It's bridging from one chain to another between all the EVM chains are the easy ones to bridge between. And the site that I like the best because it's great user interface and just works fast is this one. So you can go from Avalanche to Polygon, and usually the tokens are stable coins. So it's USDT, USDC, or DAI. It's good to click on it and you see if there's a price impact. So sometimes you can test. You're going to say $100, and this is how you bridge. So then you're going to need to swap again for stable coins to make this bridge happen. And the best way you do that is you find the best exchange. So remember, DeFi Llama. I said this once, and I'll say it again. This is one of the best places to find out what are the main projects on each different chain. Yes, continue. So we're here at Overview. Go to Chains. And the goal of this is to see all the different projects that are going on each chain. So we click chain, and then since we sent money in Avalanche, say we have a little bucket of a few $100 in Avalanche. We're like, okay, how do we swap this to stables so I can then take it over and bridge it to Polygon or to Binance or another chain? Well, we see one of the biggest exchanges here is, I already kind of know this. This is a lending borrowing. This is, I think it's also lending borrowing, but this is the first big exchange. I think an even easier way of doing it rather than doing this is a great way to see all the different projects. So if you want to explore what's on Avalanche, you start opening all these tabs. You click here, or we click Platypus Finance. So you open up that tab, and then you click open up the site from there. So you know it's a solid link, it's the real site. Go down here, this shows you the total locked value. Click website, and that'll open their website. So that's a great way to just explore and get into the different chains. But in order to get a quick swap from a little bit of Avalanche over to USDC, DAI, or T, I would use a great protocol called OpenOcean.finance. So I think I've learned about this from Calculator Guy, great guy. If you haven't followed him, give him a sub. Has a lot of other great content. But look at this. So this is OpenOcean, and what this allows you to do is, without going to the right swap, you're able to just change one coin to another coin, and it looks for all the best values and the best places to do it at the lowest price to you, and it just works well. So another time we are going to connect our wallet. So we're going to click here, connect wallet, and we want to be on the Avalanche network. So we just drop down, click on Avalanche. And this is a great way to swap from any coin to any coin on any chain. Remember, you can't swap from one chain to another, but you can go Avalanche to, let's just say, USDC, which is known as one of the most stable coins. And all right, so we're going from AVAX over to USDC. We're going to click. What happens when you click max? Remember, we don't do that. Oh, we haven't connected the wallet, so you click. Sometimes it gets a little buggy, but click on MetaMask. Allow the site. Choose the MetaMask you're getting into. Connect. And you have authorized this, this protocol to have access to your wallet. Remember, you do need to confirm each and every transaction, but it can now see what's in your wallet. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit till it loads, so it'll show it's still not connected. You just wait a little bit, and then it gets there. All right, so we are going to swap from the max amount of Avalanche that I have, which is 0.27 cents, to DAI. Well, I'm not going to swap that because that's my gas. But you get that, so you get a little bit of DAI, and then you switch from, then you have to reconnect here, MetaMask. And the whole point of get that USDC or DAI or USDT, those are the stable coins, the biggest three. And you would then bridge them to any other chain, Phantom, Binance, from Xpollinate. Remember, there's other ones like AnySwap, but AnySwap I've had troubles with, and it takes a long time. We go to Phantom. So we drop down to say Phantom, choose the coin and quick swap. It pops up and you go through the process. You just have to be a little patient and wait maybe 2 to 4 minutes, and then it's done. So yeah, thanks for sticking through this whole video. If you watch through this and you go through all the different processes, you will be able to access and work with all these different DeFi protocols and opportunities. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing. I'm dropping new content just about every single day on projects when they come up. Also, I will soon be launching a course that goes into much more detail than this and breaks it down into a lot more simpler, easier to follow modules than just one massive video. So thank you for watching to this point, and I hope to see you soon on more videos. All right, take care. Bye.